This episode of the DisCast was recorded on January 15th, 2014 at discast.us/live. Tune in Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern to watch the show, or watch previous shows on YouTube, or listen and rate on iTunes. Follow us on Twitter at DisCastShow to enter the trivia contest and more. Thank you, and enjoy the DisCast. Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténgase alejado de las puertas. To our new listeners, we welcome you aboard our podcast Highway in the Sky and hope you've enjoyed the past week. For those of you standing, please hold on to your headphones at all times and stand clear of the doors. For the comfort of others, no trolling please. Thank you, and enjoy the DisCast. Hey, what is up guys? It is Ryan, and welcome to the DisCast. Hey. And there's Darren. Today is January the 15th of 2014, and it is shortly after 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'd like to wish a very happy birthday to Space Mountain.
That's today.
That is today. I think it opened today in 75?
Something like that.
I don't know. Yes.
It was a time
we have
long time ago.
couple things we want to say. There's that, of course. We'd also like to say that today's music is provided by Spectro Radio. Go check them out. They're awesome. They play 24/7 Disney Parks music.
Oh, perfect. There's a link at the bottom of the live page.
There's a link at the bottom of the live page right there. So just go click on that. You can go watch, and it's awesome.
Yes. It's amazing.
Yes, it is.
They're actually who I was listening to. I was tweeting about it earlier.
Yes, Darren listens to them instead of to our pre-show because, yeah.
No, I shift into it about halfway through. I kind of watch chat for a little bit, then I shift in for the last 15 or so minutes. Speaking of chat loops, I want to work on that this weekend.
Yes, got it. Also, I'd like you guys to notice this little badge on my chest. It's a cast member badge. It says Ryan on it. Found this on eBay, because eBay is awesome. And, this is from the Millennium Celebration, so I got my name on it. I'm going to wear this for all the shows now, because I'm awesome.
That's exciting.
Nice little piece of history there to have. You guys want to know what else a piece of history is? These babies right here. Darren, what do you think I'm holding up? Let me take a guess.
12? I don't know. I can't see your video.
Okay, I'm holding up 3 fast passes from Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. We'll get into that later on why this is a piece of history.
How was I supposed to know that?
What's a piece of history now? I mean, okay, we'll get into that later.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Leave a legacy?
I guess. Whatever.
Is that not a piece of history? It seems like it is.
I don't know.
It is.
I don't know. So that is
Hey, it's me.
That is that. Thank you guys for liking my name tag, Old Mike Trey. All the support. I like it. I bet you can get your own too. There's like a guy who has like 1,000 of them, and they probably have your name. So.
Hold up, I'm watching the video. Did Ryan clean his room? That was the question. That was the chat game going on.
Yeah, I know. I saw. It's kind of clean.
It's cleaner.
It's cleaner. You don't also see my floor because I moved it so you could see the badge on my chest. So it's that too.
Wow.
Also, this week it was confirmed that Frozen is coming to Broadway soon.
Da-da-da.
Yes. So happy about that.
Into the news.
I mean,
you're not even saying now the news. You're just going right into it.
I mean that's, it's not park news. I'm just bringing it up now. There's that. That's confirmed.
Disney news.
That's gonna be awesome. All right, you ready to get started with our trivia?
Yes, I've never been more ready in my life.
Okay. And all we got to do is turn that off and then start this.
Perfect.
All right, here we go. So last week, we asked you guys to tell us who was the first narrator of Walt Disney World's monorail system whose voice can still be heard in his iconic "Please stand clear of the doors."
Most people got it right.
Manténgase alejado de las puertas. Yeah, we got a bunch of entries. Also, almost everyone got it right. It's a pretty easy one. But our winner is Mr. Awesome Geek 21 for his answer of Jack Wagner. So congratulations to Awesome Geek. You're going on the card of winners. Awesome.
It's a nice small round of applause for you.
Yes. Now, Spectro Radio got it. He's in here. Hey, Spectro, what's going on? So, yes, it's Jack Wagner. So you are the winner, Awesome Geek 21. Now, soon we're going to have some prizes to give you guys, like actual prizes.
Oh,
yeah, I was on eBay yesterday, and I bought some fast passes because, you won't be able to get them anymore. I do have some extra Big Thunders, and I'm also going to have a couple extra test tracks. Of course, you can still get fast passes in Epcot, but we'll wait until you can't get them in Epcot anymore, and we'll give them out. Because it's just a matter of time. But
that's crazy.
More on that in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I gotta like hold that in. I gotta do what I did last week, holding my comments till the end.
You have to hold your comments until just we talk about it.
I could just go flying on a tangent.
You'll
for
have your
hours.
turn. I have things to get through for that. We do have another trivia question for you guys this week as well. And it is, what is the largest freestanding sign marquee on Walt Disney World property? It's fairly new. We'll give you that one.
Yeah.
Of course, you can enter it, the trivia, on the link that's
do it in chat.
that way. Yep, it's right there at DisCast Show with the hashtag DisCast Trivia. So there you go.
Old Mike's like, can I be on it?
Can Darren what?
Hold up. Do not post answers in chat. Just
Don't post answers in chat.
swag. Okay.
Yes.
From what I said, who won? Awesome Geek 21 won.
Awesome Geek 21 won.
Old Mike wants me to be on it because I got one correct. I've gotten many of them correct. Actually, a bunch of the questions have come from my own brain.
That's true.
Spectral Radio says, it's awful, just spent 5 days down there, disaster.
Yeah, you were down there for the marathon and all that stuff. I saw your Twitter escapades over there. Yeah, disaster right now. We're getting to that. That's next.
That was, last weekend was like the one weekend I unfollowed like 100 people because there were so many people tweeting about the marathon. It was like I was getting the same post and retweets like 30,000 times.
There's quite a lot of marathon things.
Ah, jeez. You know, I'm okay with people running the marathon. It's not like I'm anti Disney marathon.
Anti-running! There can't be any running. We're not made to run.
It's just when 40 different people are tweeting the same exact picture, it's a bit repetitive.
I know what you mean,
And each comment is slightly different than the previous one.
Yeah, well, there's that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
The original, at least. If you're gonna repost the picture, just at least come up with your own caption.
Right. Yes. Yeah. So...
Okay. Now that I've ranted about my hatred of Twitter.
Ranted about your hatred of Twitter. And now we're gonna have to go... and start with our news.
Yes.
As we start with the 1982 Epcot entrance loop and the epic violin. Okay, not doing that. Anyway.
You need to stop singing. In the pre-show, we get in the Skype call to set everything up.
And then I sing as we're waiting.
Yeah, because I'm hearing the loop through the podcast, through the live page.
Oh, you are?
And he's singing it, and he's about 30 seconds ahead, and he's really like, oops, off.
Well, you know, I would think that you had the...
Your tone is absolutely terrible. I'm just gonna put that out there.
I would think that you have that off by then. You know.
I was considering playing it just for the sake of putting it up on the YouTube channel.
Sure. All right, so now we're gonna start on with our news, and we're starting with this baby right here, mymagic.jpg, for
that picture.
That picture exactly. Yes. So it is with a heavy heart that I tell you that beginning yesterday, January 14th, 2014, the Legacy FastPass at Magic Kingdom passed away. It's gone. No more paper FastPasses at Magic Kingdom. These things you'll never be able to get again.
You know, it's a shame you're playing the best loop in Disney history with the worst news.
There's nice soothing music coming now as I'm saying that. It's all perfect. Now,
things are lining up. It's a conspiracy.
So for those of you staying at the resorts, you can register in advance on your My Disney Experience app, or you can do it same day on your app or at the kiosks in the park. If you are an off-site guest, you have to go to the kiosks in the park, which there are considerably more of than I thought. They opened up a ton recently.
Also, they've been really good with the lines on those. It's not what we were saying.
Yes,
you know,
terrible.
You know, I saw a video yesterday or 2 days ago of what it was like, and they're much less crowded than we were hyping it up to be. They really got their act down, which is what I was hoping. You know, Disney's one of the biggest corporations in the world, and the theme park division is one of their biggest divisions of them. So you would think that they would have this thing down pat, and it definitely shows. But I do agree with what Spectre was saying. There's definitely a lot of issues with it, and those issues will become more apparent with time. But for now, it's okay-ish.
It's okay-ish. It's a fantastic idea. I was talking to Danielle before the show because she said she was going to come watch, but I was talking to her about FastPass Plus because that's what I do with my girlfriend. But yeah, it's a fantastic idea. It could be amazing. Is the way they're doing it right now perfect? No. But they can definitely get their act together, and it will be amazing. I have full faith in Disney that they can turn it around. And also,
faith is dwindling, but it's still there.
Yeah. So, still at Epcot and Hollywood Studios, you can still use Legacy FastPass if you're an off-site guest. If you're staying at a resort, you can't use Legacy FastPass at all. But
Animal Kingdom was the first one to make the jump, right?
yes, yep. They went from the least populated park to the most populated park. Reasons?
When did
I don't
that
know.
happen?
Well, they did Animal Kingdom, and now yesterday it's Magic Kingdom.
Oh, I thought you meant like Animal Kingdom went from the least
no.
popular.
No.
I was like, what?
Yes, Disney guests can only get 3 fast passes per day, and there's no park hopping option on fast passes, and it's a tiered 3 system, which we've mentioned before. And
I feel like is Universal tiered? Universal isn't tiered, right?
Universal,
it's just kind of just
Universal,
pop
well, it's entirely different.
it. Yeah, I know you just kind of walk online,
Yeah,
but
pretty much. And Universal, it's okay for like the 2 newest rides. You can't use it. For everything else, you can. That's the tier.
see that works.
Yeah, I know, but it's on a smaller scale than Disney. Right?
Yeah,
It's-
the justification is they don't have 20+ resorts, and
Yeah.
it's only available to resort guests.
Yes. And let's remember. Let's move on a little bit because My Magic testing fully for all of the services of My Magic Plus are going to be tested for off-site guests this month in January. They're gonna, pull random guys off the entrance queue and say, "Hey, do you want to test a new system?" I love it when that happens to me. By the way,
Really,
I feel special when I get called up to do something. So they call
I feel
us
like
up.
it's a burden. Like I'm just here to enjoy.
You don't have to. You can say
why
no.
you? Well, that's still wasting my time because I'm responding to them.
Okay, whatever. Now,
I hate talking with people.
selected off-site guests will be able to test almost everything in My Magic Plus. You'll get magic bands, and you'll be testing those. You'll be able to use.
How does that
FastPass
make
Plus,
you feel special, though?
And then you'll
it's,
have to use
it's
My
purely
Disney
by
Experience.
chance.
I think what they're just kind of doing is, yes, old Mike, you can customize your My Magic Plus picture in the My Disney Experience app or on
No,
the
I
website.
think he's saying, can you get a new one?
Oh, can
like,
we?
You.
No.
We have to change this one. We have to keep it. We've been using it since what, August?
We're keeping this. Anytime anything My Magic Plus ever happens, we're using
My
this
Magic
picture.
Plus was the first news story we ever covered on the show.
Pretty
And
much.
it was the same picture.
Yes.
We've been using it for what, 6 months now?
Just
5
about,
months?
Just about 6 months. 21 episodes. Let's do it.
Jeez.
So, magic bands, you don't need magic bands if you're an off-site guest. You won't have to get magic bands. If you want them, you pay for them. Not yet. They're not available for sale yet. Disney, just refresh your page, I guess. Lower the quality works too. Yeah. So magic bands are not required if you're staying off-site. And if you want them, in the future you'll be able to purchase them, but they won't be free, as they are for resort guests. And
Why would you do it then?
WDW Magic, I don't know, convenience, whatever. WDW Magic put a little bit of a little list of what they think people need to know about the FastPass Plus system, clear up questions, and all that kind of thing. Here's a little bit of bullet points. That way you are prepared.
You wanna rotate? You say one, I say one. You say one.
Yeah, sure. You said the first one.
Beginning January 14th, 2014, all Magic Kingdom guests will be able to use FastPass Plus and make up to 3 attraction selections.
Legacy Paper FastPass will not be available to any guests at the Magic Kingdom.
Standby lines continue to be available for all guests.
Yeah, someone was confused last week on whether that means you can only go on
Yes,
3
you can.
rides per
You can
day.
only go on 3 rides
No,
the entire park.
that's nothing.
That would make it worth the $100 ticket.
Exactly. Guests staying in a Walt Disney World resort can make their FastPass Plus selections in advance using the My Disney Experience apps and website.
Guests staying off-site can make same-day selections using in-park FastPass Plus kiosks. Off-site guests will be able to make their selections in the My Disney Experience app and site, but will be unable to modify them using the app. Any modifications to FastPass Plus selections can be made by visiting a kiosk as many times as required. That's a handful to say. FastPass Plus.
That is absolutely dumb. I mean, I understand.
Because you don't want people switching all the time.
Yeah, I know, but just limit the amount of switches you can have.
Yeah. I guess.
Unspoken. They have CMs near them. I've seen CMs near all the pictures that I've seen, and also, you can just ask a CM to make your reservations for you when you're in the park.
Yeah.
Say, hey, can you help me? And then they'll do it for you. Pretty much
Are you
every...
trying to avoid reading the next bullet point?
Well, yeah. I'm going to skip that one because basically every important ride Magic Kingdom has it. For the FastPass kiosks, here's the important one.
You can get a FastPass Plus for wishes? How does that work?
They're seating. They're doing FastPass Pluses for shows. Now you get, priority seating. And the kiosks are located at Mickey's Filler Magic, where it always was, near the Diamond Horseshoe in Frontierland, near Pete's Silly Sideshow, Stitch's Great Escape, which we showed you guys earlier, the Town Square Theater, and then there's a new one at the former Hall of Presidents gift shop at the Heritage House. So, yeah.
Speak.
Yeah.
So this next one, this next bullet point goes directly to what Disney was saying. In addition to self-serve kiosk, cast members will be located throughout the park with iPads who will be able to make reservations for you. So if you're confused, you don't know what it's doing, even though I've heard it's a pretty simple system, like it's just kind of push of a few buttons,
okay, I used FastPass Plus when I was there in August. It is very simple to do, but I can see why people who aren't very technologically inclined would be like, what do I do?
Yes, and that's why there are the cast members walking around doing it.
Yes. And also, to redeem your FastPass Plus, you go to the FastPass Plus entrance of the attraction, and you touch your ticket or your Magic Band to the Mickey reader. That looks like the thing in the picture right there. Basically what that guy is doing. That.
My eyes lit up. I love imitating that picture. It's the best part of my day.
Yep. Yeah, then there's, off-site guests are going to get Magic Bands right now. In the future, you'll be able to purchase them, but not now. And then for off-site guests, you can still use FastPass Plus at Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. Hollywood Studios and Epcot are still using legacy paper fast passes for off-site guests.
Good.
On-site guests have to use FastPass Plus.
Great.
Here's what I want to say to everybody. Don't just look at this and say it's terrible. Please don't do that. I know we're all very tempted to say, I don't like this, it's terrible, I don't like it. But let's look at the idea. This is going to make it so you don't have to get to the park at opening purely for getting your early Soarin' Fast Passes.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to make it so you don't have to physically travel somewhere to get a Fast Pass. However, there are changes to make this kind of convenience thing better.
Yeah. I agree 100%. One of the ideas I had was instead of just throwing all the fast passes out at the exact same time throughout the day, like the second the park opens, why don't you do it for like the next 2 hours?
Right.
And then you don't give the fast passes out for that following next 2 hours. Then you do it again for the next 2 hours, and you just do that. And you could still do that with paper, like Legacy Fast Pass.
Right.
There doesn't need to be the whole Magic Band system. What it comes down to is the Magic Bands. It's kind of just the start of things. It keeps track of information. It knows things. It's like a supercomputer on your wrist almost. And I don't.
Or it's a connection to a supercomputer on your wrist.
Yes. So, there's a lot of capabilities to this, and this is just where Disney's starting. I don't think it's going to end here, and this is just the very beginning of it. It's going to be something that we're going to get used to, and it's going to be something that throughout time Disney is going to critique and make better. For now, it's terrible. Look, we got to admit the system, it doesn't work the way it should.
Okay, I want to respond to a couple points in chat.
But not fully.
Disney says that he loves everything about it except for the only part about 3 fast passes. I agree. We've expressed our opinions on how we think that can be changed. There's tons of ways they can fix that, but it's probably going to change a little bit of the vision that they had for it in the beginning. And then Spectre Radio says it's a fair point, but it takes away a lot from the spontaneity of visiting a park.
I agree with that, and it doesn't work with park hoppers.
Yes. It's designed to support you changing your mind. However, you have to go to the kiosks to change your mind. You can't do that from your phone right now. That should be a thing. I want to be able to change my reservations from my phone. I can see why that's going to be an issue, but they need to play with it. They need to test it. That's what this testing period is for. They haven't... I feel like the testing's just been one thing for like a year.
It's been wide scale, yeah.
And they've just been upping the scale.
Yeah.
They haven't been actually changing the practices, which is kind of what they have
Have
to
they
do.
fully announced it? Like, have they fully said, like, yo, like
This is
FastPass. Yeah.
No, they haven't.
So, we're taking this as if it's the real thing. It's not the full thing yet.
It's not the full thing yet. This is
No.
this is like everyone complaining about the DayZ pre-alpha thing that got released on Steam. Games do the same thing. They release alphas and betas for public people to play. And then
They
obviously
get the opinion,
there's
they
issues.
work with the opinions, they
Yes.
figure out what's wrong, the issues,
There's
and
patches.
they make it better.
There's frequent patches. They change things drastically. Sometimes they wipe all their servers and they wipe all the game data to see, to
Just
try
start up.
again. And
Yeah.
that's what this FastPass Plus rollout period, this My Magic Plus rollout period is about. It's the beta period, in quotes. It's been like a year long, and in my opinion, it needs to stay in beta for a little bit longer to iron out all these issues, iron out the park hopping thing, iron out how the tier's going to work, and iron out how the limit's going to work, because... yeah. That's more things to say on this. I mean, I would be open to just doing like a show on My Magic Plus and FastPass Plus. Just talk about this.
And we have, what was it, last week we dedicated so much of the show to it.
45 minutes to it. It's great.
Yeah. But that was because that was like the biggest thing. I was like, hey, this is happening in
Well, I mean, this is
January.
the biggest thing, too.
and now we're fully in it, and we've slowly gotten more and more close to it, and it's become more and more apparent of the lack of issues. When this first started up, when we first started reporting on it, week one, it was like, oh, there's this issue, this issue, this issue. We've slowly seen Disney, slowly being the key word in that situation, we've slowly seen them, just start knocking issues off.
Yeah.
There are sure a lot of big ones remaining, but, they're slowly getting towards this area where one day we're going to see on the Disney Parks blog, hey, this is official now.
Yeah.
But for now...
We have opinions. We have very big opinions on this.
Yes. That's what the show is. It's just us throwing our opinions around the choices by Disney and hoping that they don't hate us for it.
Disney's saying that he doesn't like fast passes for shows. I think it's a good idea. It's just the same. They're not getting rid of all of the front row. It's not all the front row seating. It's just like a section of the front row seating. It's like Phantasmic. You can do the dinner plan thing.
Yeah.
There's like a dinner package.
Section,
you stay at like the Brown Derby, or I think Sci-Fi's on there. There's a couple other restaurants you can eat at, and then you get quote unquote preferred
the
seating.
dinner section.
Phantasmic.
Yeah.
Yes, people keep abusing it. 3 is too low of a number. Old Mike, that's our
5.
issue.
5 was what we agreed on.
I don't
right?
know. See, I don't like the plan your day in ahead kind of mentality they have with it right now. Right now, it's you can do it in advance and all that kind of stuff. But how about you do it same day only, right?
Yeah.
It's same day only. But it's like I think that the FastPass system was fine by itself, so what they should be doing is just making the current FastPass system digital, not changing it for the worse. Do you get what I mean? I mean, I can't reserve a FastPass now for April, but with FastPass Plus I can.
I think that the time is too much. I kind of agree with you, but I kind of don't. I like the fact that you could do it in advance, but I don't like that it could be this far in advance.
Right. Like
I think
a day or two.
Yes, maybe a week at the most. And then what you do is that whole pre-order-ish section, they only give out half. Everything else has to be day of.
Right. Yeah. I think half is a little bit generous too.
I'm just spitballing.
Yeah,
the number.
I know, but I mean, they have the numbers. They have I don't have Disney's numbers in front of me to work that out.
Yeah, no.
If we did, I would, but.
But they do half. Let's say a third, and then they give out the other 2/3. The 1/3 goes up the morning half, and then the other third goes up the afternoon half.
Right.
And that's all FastPass for the day. Doesn't that? It makes sense. Disney's thinking about this whole, all-in plan, hey, let's just throw everything in and let's just do everything because, hey, you could do it in advance, yay! But it doesn't work like that.
Old Mike, they fixed that exploit in the current FastPass system. He's saying, if you don't have a limit, you can get, 101 day. Yes, but in the current FastPass system, there's a fix for that. There's a time. It says, Okay, here, I have FastPass right here.
Wow, you came prepared.
I have a couple, actually. Here, we'll take this one. Here's the Tower of Terror FastPass, right? It says, return anytime between 7:55 and 8:55. Another FastPass ticket will be available after 5:05 p.m. Do this, but digital. Don't go changing it crazily. That's what I think.
Oh yeah, people definitely used to give out fast passes without a doubt. People have done it.
That's not a problem.
Look, like we were saying, you can't really use more than 5 fast passes in a day. It's practically illogical. So you give out like 5 sets of 2 fast passes. That's only 10 fast passes on a park that gets what? What would you say Magic Kingdom holds every day? Dozens of thousands of people.
Well, here's what we're gonna do. Let's look up. I don't know what Magic Kingdom's capacity is. Do you know what it is offhand?
Yes.
What?
I don't know, 100,000 maybe? I don't know. Why would I know that offhand?
You said yes. Yes! I have no idea. It actually is 100,000.
Really?
Allegedly hold more than 100,000 guests. Let's say it's 1,000. Let's say it's 100,000, right?
Yes.
We have 100,000 and... Okay, we have 100,000 people, right? Let's divide that by an average of 5 people per family. Just, average. That's 20,000 groups. Okay? Times 5, that's 100,000 fast passes, obviously. If you have 5 per group.
Okay.
I don't know how much fast passes they give out on a day now. Let's see if we could figure that out. To the interwebs.
Let's just say every group gets like 5, 4, 3,
Let's
4.
just see. How many fast pass? Okay.
I don't think anybody has that number.
Fast pass limit per day, Magic Kingdom. I don't even know. Yeah, I'm just seeing things with Fast Pass Plus now. Who even knows?
Okay, so let's just say there's a number, right?
Right. Now I'm saying, 5 is probably not over the limit of the number of fast passes they gave out anyway, so it's probably fine.
I had no idea where you were going with that. You're throwing out numbers, and I just got really confused.
Okay. My point was going to be, here's the capacity, right? And let's, make up an average of how many families, in quotes, that there are going to the park. Right? I just took 5 as a roundabout number. People come in little groups as 2, and as much as, 15 bajillion.
30.
So, yeah, whatever. That's that. Let's move on, because we're going to rant about this all day long.
Yes.
We already have it's 9:30. So, moving.
Before we get on to more news, I'd just like to do a quick little push for myself.
Sure.
I'm currently nominated for a... What? Am I allowed to?
Yeah,
Are
sure.
you okay
Go
with
ahead.
this?
I forgot.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if this wasn't in the show notes or anything.
Yeah, no,
So I'm currently nominated for Shorty Awards, which is an award for the best of social media. I'm nominated in the podcaster category. I'm currently in 20th place, which is beyond crazy. And I'm losing by a lot. But the gap between me and first place is a lot. So I'm going to leave a link down in chat, and if you enjoy this and you enjoy helping me out, it'd be awesome to hang a nice little, plaque, plaque award thing, trophy.
You can also nominate DisCast for Best Web Show if you want. That'd be cool.
So I'm just gonna leave a link here, and if you want to do anything with it,
There you go.
just hint to something.
There you go. I like it. All right, let's move right along. We've got... I'm sorry, iTunes guys, you won't be able to see this, but we've got our new merchandise designs for 2014. We have 2 of them, actually, so I'll zoom in on one by one. There's 2 this year. It's the stuff that's dated. It's the new design every year. Now, the Disney Parks blog talked to some of the designers of it, one of which was Doug Strayer. And Doug Strayer says we have 2 distinct styles this year. One design features our favorite Disney characters, and then the other one, the one has Disney characters, and the other one has a bunch of park icons.
Isn't that what they have every year?
There's always a park icons one, too?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Disney Parks just kind of promotes everything. Here's the one for the characters, right here. You can see there's minor differences between the ones in each park, because of what each park has. So
There was one thing I saw that I really liked. It's the an Epcot mug. Somebody posted it on Twitter. It's like a mug, and it's like half a spaceship Earth, and with the handle, and it says like Epcot on it. That's new. That has nothing to do with this. It's not a design. It's just a new merchandise thing. Right. So if you go to Epcot,
so there's that. The Disneyland one. The Disneyland one has some Disneyland things in the background. Goofy's role changes depending on where he is. So in Disneyland, he's a Dapper Dan. In Disney, no, Mickey. Donald changes if he's in America or Europe.
I like in the two non-USA ones. He's a cowboy.
Yeah, I know. Frontierland, I guess, or whatever. I mean, he's a Dapper Dan in Disneyland. He's a safari guy in Disney World, and he's whatever magician, whatever in Disneyland, Paris, and Hong Kong. Mickey's Sorcerer Mickey Home.
Maybe.
Whatever. Donald's a movie producer in the top two, and then a cowboy in the other ones, and that's all nice. And that's that. And then our second design.
That looks cool. I like the second one. The second one's just an icon. That's different to what the other park ones have been. Most times it's just like, it says the year, and then it's just like a little like overlay, like a little panoramic thing of them.
Bye, Jessica. Good night. Now, I like the Walt Disney World one the best in this.
Yeah.
That's my favorite one. Disneyland comes a close second, though.
I like the Disneyland monorail.
Yeah, the Disneyland monorail is the better color scheme. It looks more Tomorrow-y because it is in Tomorrowland.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know.
I think the WDW one needs a nice update.
I think the Walt Disney World monorail definitely needs to be upgraded. The trains itself, Mark 7's kind of old, don't you think, guys? Okay.
I would agree to that. They're down for maintenance soon, though. Like the
every beginning, late winter they maintain them, don't they?
I don't remember.
I don't know, maybe not.
I went like late winter, early spring, and it was not that.
Oh, okay. Whatever.
Another
thing maintenance-wise that happens twice every year, nice segue there, that was unintentional, is the crane coming to Cinderella Castle to take down the Dreamlight removal.
That's really how you're going about it? You should have said something like a Christmas tradition like no other.
It's a Christmas tradition like no other. A big crane comes to Disney. So there it is. That's a picture of, I don't even know what year that's from. I just took one with the crane because it comes every year. The difference is this year it's going to be around for a little bit longer because they're going to do a little bit of advanced maintenance on the castle in addition to just taking down the lights. It's going to be around till the end of March, actually. Yeah. So enjoy your theme being ruined if you go between January and March.
Mm-hmm.
That's a shame. I don't really have anything else to say about it. They'll be doing work 11:30 p.m. to 7 p.m. daily. Yeah, I don't know why they do it in the middle of the day. I guess it's unsafe to do that kind of stuff at night. I don't know.
They put it up at night, didn't they?
I don't know.
Disney's weird.
There's that.
They
put it up during the day too, I think. I don't even know. Okay, so we have a little bit more news about the Festival of Fantasy Parade, which I'm excited about. We had another float shown to us by the Disney Parks blog, and it was the amazing steampunk Maleficent Dragon.
Yes. My main concern about this whole parade is why'd they stop Celebrating Dream Come True and not start this up like the next day? Wouldn't it have made sense to just kind of transition? Isn't there now
I think there's going to be a storage problem with storing all of those kinds of floats. There's a rehearsal problem because they probably use the same cast or similar cast, so they probably have to rehearse everything. It makes sense that there's a lag time, and all the new preparations for this one have to go along with it.
Is there anything going on like in that time section now?
No. 3 o'clock's open. Nothing. No 3 o'clock parade.
Really? What time's is 3 o'clock parade?
Oh, which one did you see, Spectra? Did you see the either the ones we talked about last week?
This could be exciting.
Was it the Cinderella or the Tangled one?
Like an inside view.
If it wasn't the Cinderella or the Tangled one, I want to know. And you should have took pictures.
I'd imagine that people would have if it was anything new.
Probably. It was probably one that we saw already, but
yeah.
I still want to know. It is. So anyway, this Maleficent dragon is 35 feet long, and it is 26
Disney releasing these
feet
photos?
high.
Yeah.
This one's Disney. Notice how good the quality is.
Yeah. Why are they doing that? I like when Disney discusses like new things, but I don't like when they just give it out.
You like being teased? They're oranges, so it could be California, but it could be Florida.
Look. Not like that type of tease, but kind of like what they were doing with Avatarland, where they were like dead silent about it for ages, and then they release a bunch of cool pictures, like, and then you do nothing else. You just kind of go at it.
Right. The Maleficent Dragon was designed in partnership with the Tony Award winner set designer Michael Curry. Who's I guess
he did.
He worked with Disney in the past. He worked on the Tapestry of Nations parade at Epcot.
Okay.
And he also worked on Finding Nemo the musical.
That was a good musical.
Yeah.
Decent.
Yeah, I saw it once, I think, waiting for an Everest FastPass.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah, so whatever, he's a Broadway guy, he does set design and stuff.
Yeah, so he knows what he's doing and stuff.
I guess. And he's worked with them a couple of times. Festival of Fantasy is supposed to be a celebration of Fantasyland. That's why we have we had a Tangle float, we had a Cinderella float, and we have this Maleficent Steampunk Dragon float, which is this one's my favorite one.
Yes.
Now, each of the floats are going to be looking as if the characters are like the characters helped make them, as Disney theming normally goes, and they're going to be trying to retell the stories of all the Fantasyland characters into the parade. That's going to be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And as the Disney Parks blog says, the steampunk Maleficent takes that maker spirit to a spectacular level. I mean, this looks like someone literally made it. I love it. It's debuting sometime this spring. If I go this spring and it's going, I'll be sure to like record it or something, and it'll be awesome. If I go this spring, I'm actually gonna try to do an extensive piece on FastPass Plus. That's my big plan. That's what I really want to do.
Big plan of something that's not even finished yet, as you were complaining about.
Yeah, I know, but I want to do an extensive piece on the current state of it.
Current state.
3
months from now.
Which could be drastically different than it is now.
Yes, no, it could be.
I'm hoping it's drastically different than it is now.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope they just say this failed.
No, I don't think they're going to do that.
I know they're not going to do that, but I wish they could.
They're not going to. So let's move right along. A restaurant which has been in the works for quite a long time has been soft opening recently. I know, Spectre Radio, you ate there, so you can tell us how you... yeah. you can tell us how you liked it. It is the Spice Road Table.
Yes. Ooh. Fancy.
I saw you talking about it on Twitter. I didn't ask what you thought of it, but it would be great to know, so share for us. I don't think... It's not officially open. I heard it was soft
No, it's
open.
soft opening, yeah.
Just soft open.
From what I've heard good things about it. I'm looking at pictures of it right now. Food looks pretty good.
The food does look really good.
The thing about Epcot is there's not a lot of, like, flagship food places.
Everything's great. Awesome. There's not a lot of flagship. They're like every country has somewhere.
But there's nothing that really stands out. And, you know, people were saying this could be the thing that, you know.
Their big thing? Huh?
Yeah. Like, when you think of Morocco, what do you think of? I think of the pavilion I just walked straight through.
I was gonna say, Muslims.
Yeah, exactly.
I was gonna say Muslims. No
Exactly.
particular Muslim, just Muslims.
Okay, so...
Right on World Showcase Lagoon, great food, some small plates. I think it's how... Is Moroccan food generally, like, small plate oriented? Large wine selection?
Yeah, all of that, like, general area is...
And beer?
I think United States is one of, like, the very few places that have, like, massive
meals.
oversized proportions.
I mean,
yeah.
I personally like the small plate style of eating.
Yeah, they're
I like
cool.
that. But, you know, you don't have to go here for a meal, which is awesome. You can go
Yeah,
get a little
snack,
small plate, and then that's your snack for...
drink and stuff.
That's your snack for your loop around World Showcase.
Yeah.
If that's
You know,
what you
it's
do.
really cool just going to World Showcase, because they do put that stuff into consideration, you know, the different, like, food proportions and stuff, and it's really cool seeing, like, each country's individuality,
Yeah.
so...
And, you know, this is going to be very popular during Illuminations time, because there's a little balcony. You can sit out. It's covered, so if it's raining, you're all good. You look out.
What's the place in Mexico? I can't... Oh, God. I can't think of the name.
Hacienda? Hacienda.
Yes, the place that follows me on Twitter. Yes, them. They're a big
No, that's
place
not the place that follows you on Twitter. That's the other place.
Oh, it's the other place. One of the Mexican restaurants in
Oh.
Yeah, Epcot
This
follows.
picture just says it's not just Moroccan. It's kind of broadly Mediterranean. So there's some Greek stuff and other Mediterranean places. I mean, makes sense. I think Moroccan food in general is greatly
Yeah, no, I
greatly
don't
influenced by
think
other
Moroccan
Mediterranean
has its
places.
own taste. You know,
There you go.
that whole area.
Cantina
it's a
San
big
Angel.
flat-
San Angel. Angel.
Yes.
Cantina San Angel. That's the place I
Yes. Yes. They're another big spot for.
There's no seating at the bar. Why? Oh, I guess okay.
Okay.
I guess like
Whatever.
Yeah.
Twitter is Twitter. I don't care. I don't know where I was going with that.
Tequila. That's the one. That's not even the one that follows you then, because the
No, it
cantina
is.
is the one that's on the water, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is.
Follows me.
Do I have an Epcot map here? I don't even know. Oh, Spectre said in the thing. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I definitely.
Okay.
I definitely want to eat here. So yeah, it's really interesting.
It looks great.
Yeah. Here's a little thing. It's a
But
little
that could
no-brainer.
just be.
Yeah.
I don't know. The pictures I'm looking at, they look too like Disney made. Like they look too like prepped perfectly. I know that Disney has like a standard above like McDonald's type food preparation, but it looks too perfect. That could just be, you know, they put a lot of time and effort into the food.
To a soft opening, people are reviewing it.
Yeah, I feel like that's what it is.
Yes, I do know how tall Tower of Terror is and why. It's 199 feet tall, as is everything that is tall at Disney World, because otherwise they would have to have a blinking red light for
You're telling me
airplanes.
Tower of Terror couldn't have incorporated something like that into the into the facade?
No, Disney does not need butterbeer because that's copyright. Anyway, just responding to things as we say them.
I wasn't even paying attention to chat.
So here's a little no-brainer.
Anyway, yes.
Here's a little no-brainer for you guys. Flower and Garden Festival. Once again, HGTV and DIY Network people are going to be there. No duh.
I went to Flower and Garden last year. It was really cool.
I've been to Flower and Garden almost like every year because that's when I go. I go during spring break normally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really know what to say about it. There's flowers, there's gardens, there's people there. I don't really, you know, watch HGTV or DIY.
Neither do
but
I. I mean, if you know these people, good for you.
well,
Watch real
do you have
shows.
like a list up, or you want
Yeah,
me
we
to
got
say it?
Vern Yip from Design Star. We got Chris Lambton from Going Yard. We have Matt
say 'em all.
Shaw from Yard Crashers. We have Matt Munster, however you say his name, from Bath Crashers. We have Tanya Nayak from House Hunters on Vacation. We have Amy Matthews from Renovation Raiders. We have John Gidding from Curb Appeal. We have David Bromstad from Color Splash. Chip Wade from Elbow Room. And Alison Victoria from Kitchen Crashers. I'm sure my sister knows some of these people because she watches it.
None of those have anything to do with flowers or gardens.
Yeah. Going Yard, Curb Appeal, Color Splash, all garden shows.
I feel like Color Splash
Food
is
and
about
Wine. I want to go to Food and Wine. My mom went to Food and Wine.
paint. Yeah.
I didn't go because she went with her sister on a sister's trip. I want to go. How about sisters and son trip? I like that. Let's have that happen.
Just take you.
Yeah.
You'll replace somebody.
Flower and Garden's all
This
right.
world-
I mean, it kickstarts my allergies. I have like pollen allergies to certain things. So going to Florida, whose blooming season is before ours, I get really sneezy, and then I go home, and it's even worse because everything starts blooming here. And it's terrible. But
Yeah.
it looks nice, and that's something. I've actually only seen Epcot once when it's not Flower and Garden, and that was this
Really?
past August.
I think I've only been to Epcot once where it wasn't either Christmas, Food and Wine, or Flower and Garden.
Wow.
Yeah. Christmas at Epcot's amazing.
Oh, I bet. I don't wanna
The
go for
the
Christmas
holidays
so badly.
World Showcase, it's
I
awesome.
envy you people who go at varying times during the year. I just go like at the same
Yeah.
time every year.
No, I don't know. I used to go much more diverse times. But
Right.
then, you know, you get into the feeling like, don't you just want to, like, you've seen all of it. Don't
Right.
you just want to go at, like, low tide?
How old is Snow White? I'm not really sure. What's
Old
up?
enough.
Old enough? Who knows?
Old enough to have her own ride?
Old enough. No, not the movie. The actual character in the movie.
Oh.
Old enough to have her own ride. How old do you have to be to have a ride, Darren? Okay. Next up, we get to use the bit. I get to use the bit that I've been waiting for all night. We have groundbreaking news from Avatarland. Quite literally, because the ground was broken.
Wow.
Yeah.
You were sitting on that joke all day.
It was. Actually, all week. When it happened, I said it on Twitter. I didn't get much appreciation, but I was hoping I'd get more appreciation here.
I think I might have favorited it.
You might have, you know.
Might have.
From left to right, I'll name everyone in that picture in case you don't know them. On the left, we have George A. Calogridis. How do you pronounce his name? Calogridis?
Sound it out.
Calogridis. I don't even know how you pronounce his name. But he's the president of WDW. Meg Crofton, president of the Walt Disney World Parks and Resort Operations. We have... Oh, he's of the United States and France. We have good old Tom Staggs, who's the chairman of Walt Disney Parks and Resorts.
Tom Staggs is the best human being alive.
Then we have
I would
Navi.
like to put that out there.
The Navi is actually mentioned in the caption of the picture. Then we have John Landau, who's the producer of Avatar. Then we have Bruce Vaughn, who is the chief creative exec over at Walt Disney Imagineering. And then we have good old Joe Rohde, who is the chief
Why was
executive.
James Cameron not there?
I don't know. He got the producer there. He's doing something. What's he working on now?
Avatar 2 and 3. You're telling me he couldn't sit aside half a day to see groundbreaking for his, like, grand master plan? Like, he's too busy?
Clearly, he was doing something that day, Darren. I don't know why.
Maybe he wasn't invited. Maybe they were out of shovels. Those shovels look expensive.
Yep. We didn't have an extra shovel.
They need to start cutting corners. Avatarland is going to be, or Pandora, as the official name goes, is going to be an expensive project. So they need to like cut corners on everything, including shovels. They're big shovels. They're Navi shovels. That's why.
Yeah, they're at the scale of a Navi. Are they
That's
gonna
why,
do?
Joe Rohde almost dropped his as he's like, he struggled
He looks
there
the
lifting it up.
biggest, or is he just holding it up the most upright?
I think he's just holding it up the
The
most.
tall blue guy's a Navi from Avatar.
Yes, I've not seen Avatar. It's the most. What? It grossed the most money out of any film or something like that?
I think something's beat it by now. Like every new movie beats it now. It used to be Titanic was like there for billions of years, and then everything else beats it. So whatever.
Yeah.
There's that. Yeah. You know, I could read you a bunch of quotes of I think the funniest quote is Tom Staggs saying, hold on. Tom Staggs was quoted saying, "Disney's Animal Kingdom is already home to some of our guests' favorite attractions."
I'd like to put on the record, for those of you who don't know, I hate Animal Kingdom.
Tom Staggs likes to take every opportunity to say, "Animal Kingdom is my child."
Has he really done that?
What?
Said that like every single like.
Well, you know, he
interview?
says something good about Animal Kingdom all the time.
Really?
That's what he does.
I don't really pay attention to what he says. I just know he's a
because that's all he does.
Yeah.
With Avatar, we're adding a spectacular new world, an exciting set of attractions unlike anything else our guests have ever experienced.
You know, I do gotta
Expansion is now
admit.
underway, and will mark the park a truly full day, must-see experience. We keep hearing these things about full day, must-see experience.
Well, that's what was happening with Hollywood
Nighttime
studios in the
things.
90s, and people were like, is it gonna work? And everybody was like, oh, okay, it works.
Okay, now it's open till like 9 instead of like 7. Okay.
Yeah.
So.
You know, one of the things about Animal Kingdom, and that you mentioned about Joe Rohde, is the fact that, you know, that is his area, and he's done great work. You know, think about Everest and the whole situation he's taken with Animal Kingdom. That's where my hope comes in from, because of what he's done with everything else. You have the elusive creative mind of James Cameron, and you just have this aspiration for detail and, you know, being correct about any sort of culture with Joe Rohde.
I got really excited for this when we got the picture of Tom Staggs, Joe Rohde, and James Cameron by the model. I'm like, those are 3 incredibly creative, amazing people. When they come together, something good has to happen.
Yeah, you know, Joe
Like,
Rohde,
just
he
throw like
posted on
George
his website.
Lucas in there and Steve Jobs and I don't know.
Look, you know, just going back on Joe Rohde, recently he put a post on his website about the whole earring thing and why he has that. You know, he's such a guy about like rich heritage and culture. It's mind blowing just how much how much he puts into it.
Right. Even something like in fictional heritage, he's probably gonna go deep into that as well. Because obviously Pandora is a fictional culture and all that kind of stuff, and he's still gonna treat it as if it's real, as well you should, in my opinion. So that's
And I was
Avatar.
talking on Twitter with somebody today about the Disney Dragon that was used once for the Disney press release for
New Fantasyland? Yeah.
Yes. And I'm still hoping. I'm hoping out that because Animal Kingdom's gonna have a nightlife, maybe something's gonna happen.
Maybe.
Tinkerbell flying by, that used to not be like an everyday thing, and now it is. So,
right.
The main point that was being thrown around was the fact that depending on how high up Animal Kingdom goes, that depends on that will have a lot of variation onto what Disney can and can't do.
Right.
So.
Yep. So that's that. We will be awaiting more news on that in the future. And next up, we have a quick little tidbit to let you know of. The Winter Summerland golf course, is closed for refurbishment until further notice. We haven't gotten any reopening date yet. Not even a clue of what it is. Just further notice. You can still do the summer side, but the winter side is just closed for now. Whatever. I've never gone to the mini golf courses, so.
No, nor have I. But I guess people do.
I just don't.
They keep them up.
I mean, if I went,
you don't have the time.
If I went for like more than a week, I would do all these things.
That's
I want to go. I want to play.
That's one of the best things about Disney is there's just so much to do, and you just can't be there for a week and do everything.
I know. I want to go play golf on one of the courses they have over there by Magic Kingdom.
Oh yeah,
the Shades
definitely.
of Green. I want to go play golf over there. I want to go spend actual time at the water parks. I want to do the mini golf. I want to go check out Wide World of Sports. I've never even been there. I want to go on like a resort day and go see all the different resorts.
Yeah.
Like, it would just be cool. But there's no time. I want to go.
When I went to Epcot in March, I just went on like a loop around the Epcot monorail.
Well, that's fun.
Yeah. And that's like the stuff you can do, because why not?
Yeah, exactly.
You're Disney. Who cares?
When I check into a hotel and I'm waiting for my family to do stuff, I go hop on the monorail, take a couple laps around places. It's awesome. So moving right along, because that's just a little quick thing. We have the marathon. It happened. Whatever.
Yes, we discussed that. Disney.
You've heard everything about it if you're on
marathons.
Twitter.
Yes, if you're on Twitter, you know, because everybody who has a Twitter and discusses Walt Disney World tweets about it. Even I sent out a few tweets. I retweeted a lot of stuff. Yeah, so that happened.
Yep. It was the 21st edition. There was a ton of stuff. There were 50,000
cool
runners. It was 5 days long. Yeah, a bunch of characters. Some ones we don't see often came out to come say hi. There's a 10K race this year, which is new. And then the Dopey Challenge is running the 5K, the 10K, the half marathon, and the full marathon in 5 days. If you can do that, cheers to you.
That's almost 50 miles.
That's just about 50 miles.
Yes. So,
I mean, that's crazy. 7,000 people did that. They did all of them. Holy crap, guys. That's crazy.
I could not do that.
Neither can I. It was awesome. Fred, what's-his-face, won for the... whatever.
Fred, what's-his-face?
Fred, what's-his-face. I don't know his name. But he's won like, all the time. That's him in the picture you see right there, jumping up for joy. Yeah, that's that. One last thing.
Their name? Fredison. Hold up, I got a name.
It's Fred something.
Fredison Costa? Costa. Yeah, Costa.
Yeah. Okay. And then we have, last but not least, some changes to the Tables in Wonderland dining service. Basically, they're using it so you can use it at less places and less times, and for different credit card policy. So here's the deal. There's it gives you a 20% discount on most Disney World restaurants. It just removed Victoria and Albert's, which is, the most expensive restaurant.
Yes.
I've never been there because I don't bring suits to a Disney trip. So...
I also don't have $1 million to spend.
I also don't have $1 million to spend on
one night
dinner. Oh yeah, one bite. One bite, $20,000. I mean, I guess that makes sense to me because obviously 20% of a large amount is going to be more money off.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It is participating in it right now, just beginning August 1st, 2014. It won't be.
Yes.
So for now, if you're going to go there.
On August 14th, they're going to increase the blackout dates of some of the most popular places: 1900 Park Fair, Chef Mickey's, Ohana, Cinderella's Royal Table, the Akershus Royal Banquet Hall, which is in Norway, and the Les Serrières Steakhouse. You're going to have additional blackout weeks. Want me
to read those?
Whatever. Pretty much, it's the days around
Thanksgiving.
Holidays. It's the days around Thanksgiving, the days around Christmas, the days around Easter, and the days around when school lets out.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then your credit card has to match the name of the person on Tables of Wonderland card. So you can't, like, let your family members do it or whatever. It has to be you. They were already closed on Thanksgiving, on Easter, on Christmas, on New Year's Day. Now they're just closing for, like, the week around it, too. If you go to Disney during any mainstream time, you're not going to use it. Whatever. Do Disney dining plan, or do what a lot of people pay full price for food, and then get as much discount as you can on your room. That's a very popular thing to do, and I think you end up saving more money that way. I don't know. I haven't done the metrics of it myself, but yeah. Boom.
And that's news.
That's news, and that is pretty much all I got for the day. We're gonna end it. If you guys have a quick question you want about something, we'll be on Twitter.
I have a story. You can tell a story.
Story right now?
At least 2 minutes, yeah.
Sure, go on.
It's not Disney related at all. Today I got a haircut.
You got a haircut?
Yes, and I'd just like to point out that I hate when people that are giving you a haircut are trying to talk to you, because not only is that distracting to them, but it's distracting to me, where I would just like to sit there and get my haircut.
Alright.
But I was condoned on the fact that I have, quote, what the lady said, the best color hair she's ever seen in her entire life.
Best color hair?
Yes,
All
where
right.
she asked me several times if I had it dyed, and I told her no, well, several times.
Okay.
And that is my story.
There you go. And I guess that's why you don't have your hair cut by women, because
Yes.
don't want to be sexist, but
I just want to get my hair cut and go home.
Yep.
I had a podcast to do.
exactly.
Vote for me. Speaking of podcasts.
Vote for him. Rate us on iTunes. Rate us, review us on
Yes.
iTunes. That's awesome. And yeah, that's all I got. Is
Thank
that all you got?
guys. Yes, that is all I have. Thank you guys for watching. We shall see you next time.
Goodbye, guys.